Hey, Markiplier here. We'll talk about the hair later, but for right now, apathy, the lack of interest, enthusiasm, or concern. The direct opposite of empathy, a buzzword we kind of cast with a large net these days. Now, I'm about to say something that might trigger some people, and I just want to apologize in advance, because that's not something I normally like to do with my content or my channel, but this may reopen some old wounds, so I'm sorry, but the SJWs won. Or whatever the fuck some of you thought an SJW was. That's right, the days of saying the N-word for a cheap joke. Kaput. Well, for most people. The days of giving old cuck stars BPS micropeen, the old guck and suck out of fear for the stability of your cash cow. Ka-chow. For most people. The popular faces of YouTube today and the up-and-comers represent an entirely different take on the idea of content creation. Sketch comedy, video essays, and comedy-first commentary are king at the moment. With today's popular creators being more invested and empathetic and personable, you're gonna have counterculture that isn't those things. The first thing that always comes to mind when I hear the term counterculture is the 90s. Rage Against the Machine, skateboarding, the WWE, baggy clothes, Jackass, Linkin Park, fucking weed movies. Someone might ask, well, what were they countering? Civil rights issues and unchecked capitalism, conformity and the status quo, family-friendly television, letting appearance alone dictate perception, helicopter parents, whitewashed music and industry plants, and anyone who's ever said smoke in the devil's lettuce, seriously. Now, then someone might ask, how would you define YouTube's current counterculture? And I kind of have to show you instead of telling you, so just give me 1 sec here. Okay. I really miss 2016 because it was funny when the YouTubers said apathy isn't an unnatural response, it's sort of a primitive defense mechanism against judgment and pain. Calling other kids piss babies because that's what you get called at home. Acting like you don't give a frig about schoolwork because caring? Pfft, cringe. Staying quiet about or suppressing your love for UK indie pop and Lord of the Rings behind the scenes because who cares? We see kids and teens put on apathy like a cloak or a shield all the time because if you don't care about anything, nothing can be used against you to make you feel bad. Over time, you start to accept and embrace who you are and find people who want to listen to Admiral Follow and hear about that one time that Aragorn kicked the orc helmet really hard, and the take in the movie, he actually breaks his toes. And there's no way that anybody else knows that fun fact but me. For kids and teens, people in school, apathy makes a lot of sense. But, it's for the 24-year-olds and 38-year-olds with, millions of followers online, where apathy starts to make a little bit less sense. Or does it? Yeah, I'm gonna do Greasy and the Gnome for 1,000. Who do you think are most likely to watch Keemstar and Leafy on a consistent basis? Who are kids? Kids, mushy, ape-brained little baby turd kids, 100%. Correct, 1,000 points to literally anybody with a functioning brain. Keem, Leafy, and a good chunk of other people on the site are apathy actors. They seem to put on this nearly impenetrable armor and lob hateful, goading garbage at people to see who they can incite into drama. iDubbbz Content Cop against Leafy and Keem particularly were so successful because iDubbbz was better at using apathy as a tool than these two turds were. And it was really easy to turn their audience on them because it was just a bunch of little kids that wanted to see people be shit on. It's the same reason that when recently iDubbbz seemed to have a chink appear in his armor, that same rabid part of his audience up and left because caring, feeling, letting your girlfriend exist on her own volition. Fucking cringe, dude. When you really don't care or just act like you don't well enough, all publicity is good publicity, especially if your goals are a bit shallow, because irregardless of who's clicking, you're making money. And if someone responds or interacts with what they're doing, they're good at flipping it and using their apathy actively as a weapon. They'll diminish any deep criticism as someone just being obsessed with them. They'll characterize passion as cringy and crazy, and even try to use your own voice against you, because you're just giving them the attention they need and the opportunity for content that they want. And they'll go after things that you wear on your sleeve, personal choices, the way you look, things you care about, because like we said, if someone thinks you care about something, they'll probably try and use it against you to hurt you, especially if they argue like little kids. With all that said, I've been trying to figure out why no one cares Leafy is back, and I came to the conclusion maybe they just don't want to feed the troll this time. And then I thought, wait, the only reason I know he's back is because his first video back was about my boy Doplex, about a video he made about Leafy over 2 years ago. Which to me sounds like Doplex has been renting out a nice little duplex in Leafy's brain the last couple years. And that led me to believe that no one cares. Nothing's changed. He's still doing the same shit he was 3 years ago. His content is worthless. It's pretty obvious to anyone who's made content for a little while, these kind of just backed it to milk his cash cows. If you think I'm talking about you when I say cash cows, and maybe you take offense to me assuming that, or you think, well, I haven't given him any money, so how am I a cash cow? Stick around and maybe we can illuminate some things for you. We're gonna look at his most recent content in a second and come to a grander conclusion about YouTube and the content that's popular on it at the moment. But right before we get to that, does Leafy remind you guys of anyone? Maybe Jake Paul? Using a thinly veiled persona to appeal to kids and teens for an easy revenue stream. And if you don't agree, I understand. This is totally unrelated now. But did you hear about that random new clip art merch line Leafy launched as soon as he came back? Hey. I shaved my mustache by accident here. So, the thing that prompted me making this video was Leafy's first 2 videos on Pokimane. Now, it's fucking stupid that I have to say this, but to stop all the vigorous typing I hear on LED backlit keyboards, I'm not a Pokimane sub. I couldn't afford it. Also, I've only watched a couple of her streams, and I'm kind of just generally aware of her in the online space. So, without further ado, let's just jump into it.
If they're not going to work off of morals, they're going to work off of dislikes and comments and whatever.
No, I really don't give a shit. If you're a big fan of her, please come at me. Come at me, seriously. Dislike the video and leave a mean comment.
Oh god, Leafy, no, not me, I would never. You totally sound so angry right now, and not like you're just trying to bait engagement for the video, and also put up a preemptive defense so no one has grounds to criticize you on. No.
Please come at me, seriously.
You guys remember that one short kid in elementary school with the Napoleon complex who would tweak on people for no reason and then get laid out? Yeah, I don't know, just a random memory I just had.
80% of Pokimane streams is just her watching videos, adding actually nothing to what she's watching whatsoever. There's times where she's just straight up eating while watching YouTube while people donate to her, which, if people want to be that sad, fair enough.
If there's one thing in life you can always bank on, it's not
Roth IRAs, large cap index funds, and bonds.
Which Leafy talking about to his audience is poetic irony. It's that poorly researched dogshit clickbait like this will always throw around random statistics and percentages that are way off base to help carry their decrepit, crippled point home because it can't make it on its own.
There's times where she's just straight up eating while watching YouTube while people donate to her, which, if people want to be that sad, fair enough.
Hey Greasy, you ever heard of podcasts? I know while you were gone you were spending so much time investing, you might have not had any time to watch them, but they get more popular by the day, just like Twitch does. And it might be because people like company and chill shit to watch when they're winding down and relaxing and maybe even eating a meal. And when some people get free content, they like to donate to keep things rolling and maybe even show their appreciation to the person or people that are making it.
Who the fuck am I kidding? That makes so much less sense than dudes just beating their dick all day.
At the same time, behind the scenes, she actively tries to censor the internet. And by the internet, I mean anything negative about her. People have made videos about her, and she's copyright strike them. The list goes on and on. If you make a video that is negative about her, she's gonna try to gun you.
Hey, another perfect arguing tactic by Leafy.
People have made videos about her, and she's copy striked them. The list goes on and on.
This is a prime example of why teachers tell you not to end shit with etc. because it sounds like you're kind of just trying to inflate a point that doesn't stick nearly as well as you want it to.
And I will say, for this company to sponsor a video that's literally 20 minutes of talking shit about me?
Bro, she's straight up trying to Karen anyone that doesn't make a video supporting her.
The Gundam video is interesting to me because I don't necessarily agree with going after the dude in that fashion, but to say that it's a complete abuse of the system is just like, dude. The tweet the whole video is based on is a joke from a troll who said under the tweet, "It's a joke," which might be the reason Gundam tried to make it hard to go find the tweet thread. And that joke is extrapolated upon for 20 minutes and used to assassinate Pokimane's character, make fun of just some random fucking dude, and also paint all of Pokimane's fans with this broad brush covered in dookie. I don't know, man. I don't understand the YouTube system, but if they can take down the beautiful Cake Saga, then this misleading garbage doesn't really stand much of a chance. Now again, if you're typing viciously right now, I want to remind you, this is coming from someone who did about 20-25 minutes of research and not a Pokimane simp. But give me the engagement if you want to.
Here's a sick clip of her taking down someone's video live while also fucking with them at the same time.
Trending clips and then like edit it and like give credits to the other YouTubers and streamers.
Wow, I'm so sorry that it takes you a lot of time to steal other people's content. I'm so sorry.
Oh my god, no.
and put it together. I'm so sorry that it takes you so much time to go to the top clips on Fortnite and then just right click and save all of them as, and then just like put them all into Premiere and then just like export it. I'm so sorry.
Am I mean now? I don't even know what to say, bro.
Anyways, I'll be taking down some of your videos, but yeah, I just hope you stop doing this.
Now, the clip of her claiming some random stream comp dude's videos live is fucking rough. It feels pretty harsh and awkward. I couldn't find what prompted the interaction, but if it's just about stolen Twitch clips, I would not fucking react that way. And that's a constant discussion going on between streamers and compilation YouTube channels. Should they just be happy to hand over chunks of their content unedited to dudes with cracked versions of Russian Sony Vegas? I don't know. I think it might be a fair argument to have on both sides, but that concludes all of the examples of criticism that Leafy has compiled to go after Pokimane.
I'd watch gay porn before Pokimane. I'd rather watch Alinity kill cats on stream, and I'm not talking about vodka or anything like that. I'm talking about like with a fucking knife, then watch Pokimane stream, and I'm not joking about that whatsoever. I'm being dead serious.
No.
Now, what's left to make up the other half of the video? Well, inconsistent, unfounded rambling, per usual, but also lots of talk about Twitch dots and Pokimane's appearance.
Pokimane has this image that she's trying to maintain, and she's really trying to maintain that image. And the image is that she is not a titty streamer. Pokimane isn't even attractive. There's really no other way of saying it, she's just not hot. Nearly every single titty streamer on Twitch is more funny than Pokimane. She's just really not hot. Dude, she has a boyfriend and you're fucking pathetic. Pokimane isn't hot. The average person on Twitch is more attractive than Pokimane. After you guys get done donating to her, she goes and fucks someone else. At least with the titty streamers, a lot of them are hot. Pokimane really doesn't have that going for her so much. She has a boyfriend. When in reality, she's just as bad as any other titty streamer. You know, actually, Keemstar probably had it right.
It'd be stupid and counterproductive to deny that looks and appearance and attractiveness don't play a part in anybody's success, especially in entertainment. But what Leafy and people who make these arguments are usually implying is that women are objects to be sought after, first and foremost, and that supersedes any entertainment value they may offer. Unlike a man, no woman can amass a following on the internet off just hard work, talent, grinding for years, or even luck alone. No, it has to be because they have ass and tits, and man have wiener. Constantly, in every context, you'll see a woman's appearance unpromptedly thrown in her face, whether it be to undermine her achievements and success by whittling it down to good looks alone, calling a girl other people think are hot, or even just complimenting ugly because you gotta even the scales, calling a successful woman that you don't think is attractive ugly, so she knows her place and definitely doesn't misconstrue the attention she's getting for people being attracted to her, because gee dang it, that's the first thing a girl thinks. I feel like it all has to stem from the idea that a lot of guys think that the way a girl looks, dresses, or does her makeup is solely for the purpose of attracting the men who look upon her. That the idea of wearing a crop top or tight-fitting pants is a telltale sign that she's just fishing for your compliments and attention because she's shallow. Newsflash, girls wear clothes that make them feel good. Just like you, Leafy, wear snapbacks that probably feel a little deep fried on the inside because you like them. Whether it be for style, comfort, aesthetic, or occasion, people wear clothes because they like them, not to please or entice you, let alone garner your shitty fucking opinions. Any Leafy fans left watching, I now want to talk directly to you. Leafy is a spectacle, a pill to subdue the jaded, vitamin D deficient incels of the world. A remnant of a different time on YouTube. The leader of this counterculture that's stuck reminiscing about this era of drama and bad actors that just want to keep you watching while they milk you for your money. iDubbbz is now making insane feature-length documentaries. Max and Chad host one of the biggest and funniest podcasts on the site. And Papa Frank is a goddamn pop star. Living to spite everyone else instead of living for yourself is like being a fucking boomer Facebook meme page that just posts shit belittling other people for doing stuff they care about. It's so hollow and self-serving, and you'll realize that one day, I promise you. If I wanted to boil down this video into a 10-second clip, the only thing I would show you is Leafy's Twitter page, where all of his most popular tweets are just him saying the N-word. That's it. If that's really the pinnacle of comedy to you and what you want to be represented by, go for it. I can't convince you otherwise, but one day, I promise you, you're gonna grow out of that shit and realize, hey, apathy might work behind a keyboard and a mic, but in real life, it's not gonna get you shit. Leafy makes a ton of money off you, has you following and supporting everything he's doing all the time, and can use you to achieve the things that he wants. And what does he do for you? He misrepresents shit on purpose to rile you up for a couple minutes every other day so that you can go do his bidding for him. That doesn't sound like a fair trade to me. For some, YouTube is a game, a money-making machine, full stop. And for others, it's a place to express your art and yourself and come together with good-intentioned, like-minded people. If you want to experience a YouTube like that, I'll show you a few boys of tons I could recommend to you. You want good, funny takes on topical online shit with a monotone, sarcastic delivery? Give my boy Critical a try. Maybe you want satire and mockery, but something that's actually funny and not bore of pure hate. Gus Johnson. Maybe you want to see someone clown on people and give you their honest, unfiltered rub of things. Chris Raygun. And that's just a fraction of the people I could recommend to you when I see someone like Danny Gonzalez, Drew Gooden, Eddie Burback, Nakey Jakey, just making this beautiful content, pouring their heart and soul into it, and seeing how well it connects to an audience, and how that audience represents them online, and how they meme back with the content, and just form this community that is there for the long run, and not there to run away when someone's better at being apathetic than you are. It's just the dopest feeling, and I'm glad that that is what's being flourishing and pushed on YouTube right now. If I still have any of you and you're kind of on the border, or you're still here angry, waiting for a better point, this might sound stupid, but stop, pause the video, and think about what it's like to be Leafy. And then stop and think about what it's like to be any one of those boys I just mentioned, where your content is actually bore of talent, and your community is there for the long run. Now, from a place of objectivity, if you'd rather be Leafy than them, you're lying. That's gonna do it for me. I hope my boys didn't mind the change in tone. I tried to stick to the essay with the points about apathy and counterculture, but also just wanted to talk about some egregious shit that was bugging me. And I hope maybe if there's still one Leafy fan viewing this to this point, maybe I could have just given you a different perspective on YouTube. Especially if you're older and you really love Leafy and you really vibe with him and you love how he tweets the N-word on Twitter, I can't change your perspective. But when you're young, you don't really know what to do outside of apathy and how to express yourself and be okay with fucking just wearing yourself on your sleeve. And when you do realize that, you're gonna realize Leafy fucking sucked. And if you want to get out ahead of that, maybe subscribe to me and subscribe to some of those boys that I mentioned. You'll have a much better time on this place we all love, the internet. If you're new here, drama and commentary is usually not what I do. It's more video essay stuff about, anything. Theme parks, video games, movies, books, whatever. If you like the jokes, the settings, the editing, stick around. Also, I didn't forget, I just wanted to leave it for the very end. The catch with my hair at the beginning, how I said we would get back to it, is I wanted to dye my hair red. I've done it before, and I've done blue-green before, which would completely fuck my green screen and my blue shield. So I went for red, and when I was on the fence about it, and then I started thinking about making this video, I was like, I should definitely fucking go for it, because it'll be a great way to kind of prove the point of people attacking the things you wear on your sleeve, or in my case, your head, when a bunch of people, without watching the video, comment, your fucking hair is stupid as shit. I think it looks pretty sick, so I don't give a fuck. But I don't want to just end this with some happy-go-lucky bullshit outro. I saved the most disgusting, abhorrent, horrible thing about Leafy's content for the very end. The dude plays fucking lefty CSGO.